But it seems to be of a deeper rooted problem where GBM is not able to hold mid lane versus Froggen.
I think we need to see GBM something more aggressive that he can go in. One of the best games I've seen him play was he was on Vladimir, like with the Shen top, and they were just jiving into the backline with the Taric, and he was getting in there and solo killing everyone himself. But it's actually them banning Vlad themselves. I'm honestly surprised by this. I feel like their best style is something more aggressive on him.
Oh, Sivir's up though.
Yeah, Sivir's up, the Vlad banned away, Mal's gone.
I think Sivir is great for NRG. I think you need to pick something right now. If you're NRG, you want some simple 5-on-5, let's group up and just start catching people. Because if we aren't grouped up as 5, people on NRG have been getting caught out in the fog of war over and over and again. You know, they've had troubles controlling vision. Pick Sivir, group up as 5, smash your face into them.
Yes, I agree. And smashing faces in is one of the best ways to play League of Legends, like realistically.
Truly. It honestly is because 5-on-5, being able to 5-on-5 fight a team fighting team is a very solid, almost always good strategy. It's very difficult for an enemy team to, really pick you apart.
Especially if you have the tools that make them fight, right?
Yeah, because there are so many neutral objectives right now. There's a lot of, Rift Veil being introduced, the extra value on the early Drakes. There are a lot more early areas to force 5-on-5 fights and skirmishes like that. So usually a decent bet. But they go with the front line here. They steal away the Rek'Sai. That has been an early priority for Echo Fox because Hard wanted to have the frontline champion, the simple farmer, and it's been working out really well for him.
Yeah.
Now they have to fix it up, and NRG want to attack Hard. They want to make that the Echo Fox weakness and try and switch things up here.
Well, this is an interesting pick round from Echo Fox because they went for the Ashe over the Sivir. Typically, tier list-wise, Sivir is prioritized higher. Also, a lot of people don't like the Ashe Sivir matchup because Sivir can walk in and tank the arrow with Spell Shield and back out. Yeah, the landing phase isn't great for Sivir here. Ashe outranges by a lot, but we're not seeing laning phase wins here. We're seeing the mid-game team fights mean everything, and I feel like Sivir is better in this regard.
Well, I guess what Echo Fox are thinking is, I can see what they're doing here is they say, hey, last game we got a bunch of picks on people, that's how we won. Now we're going to make it even easier to get picks on members of NRG because members of NRG have been spread out a lot. They've been off on solo warding missions, and they want to punish that. We'll see if Keith can do that, if he's accurate, or if NRG can. Ooh, definitely want to group up if they lock in this Twitch. We've been talking up the OQ Twitch. It's the most banned champion against the team for a reason. He's had some really good games on it. They can carry team fights with Twitch. He's absolutely a champion that you can put into position to succeed there. And with Braum on the front line.
I find the Olaf ban really weird, by the way, because Olaf, I guess, is sort of like the counter-ish to Rek'Sai, where you just kind of fight the champion, you go kind of well. The thing is, Echo Fox have been early picking Rek'Sai anyway, and we weren't seeing Olaf go into it. A throwaway ban on Olaf is weird when you could actually ban away things that NRG can be scary with, like this Twitch. I guess maybe it fits the Vlad comp. I talked back to when GBM had one off on Vlad. It was actually Vlad, Olaf, Taric, right? So, it's part of that comp that still makes sense. I guess it works in that priority, in that sort of world. Either way, the Twitch going to come through for OQ. I like that Braum was picked alongside, because if Karma got flexed to mid, Braum is great into Twitch to cut down the hurricane damage, to cut down the spray and pray, or rat-a-tat-tat as it's called now, damage. Actually going to pick the Elise into Rek'Sai, so a new look here for Hard. And if Victor mid going to be blind picked, they're going to make sure they get top lane counter pick here for Echo Fox.
Interesting switch here for Echo Fox. We'll see how well Hard can do on the Elise, because one of the big issues that people were citing before for Hard when he was not on Rek'Sai was that he fell really far behind in farm, and that is something that Elise will do against Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is better at farming the jungle. So we'll keep track of him, see his focus on ganking the lanes. And if he can make those early proactive moves with Elise, because that's definitely an area where she will shine if he can actually affect those lanes. Otherwise, Santorin rush that Tiamat, and we could definitely see him jump out to those 1 or 2, even 3 level leads.
Well, but it ends up being Gnar LeBlanc is going to be the lock-in here for NRG Esports. This is now them fighting for their LCS lives. GBM gets counter pick on mid lane, LeBlanc into Victor, the blind pick Gnar.
We're looking for something more aggressive for GBM because his pocket picks, his long range farmers from the mid lane were not working out. He was getting pushed in. He was losing control of mid lane. Now he's on LeBlanc and he can threaten people at least. We'll see if he does have any assassination potential and how he will be able to hold on to that mid lane. Also, one of the things that's great about LeBlanc is she's hard to gank in the mid lane. It's really annoying for the junglers if her pass is up to actually be able to finish off that kill. That being said, Elise is one of the better ones at doing it.
Yeah, we'll see. The lanes are somewhat gankable, most specifically the bot lane. Twitch and Braum, neither are crazy good at escaping, honestly, so we might see Ashe, Karma, Elise, and Shen make lots of trips down there. Echofox maybe trying to prioritize the bot lane. Otherwise, I feel like Gnar and LeBlanc pretty good at getting away. Right, harder to kill as champions, so less likely for that to be the place. But meanwhile, of course, Froggen on this Victor is gankable, especially depending on what his secondary summoner spell is. He was hovering barrier earlier. We see Ghost pretty commonly as well. And if it's only the flash for movement abilities, you can definitely see some flash Rek'Sai knockups into LeBlanc for the kill pressure.
Definitely a good combo, and Froggen will have to be a little bit cautious. He has had a pretty big advantage all series long in the mid lane, and we'll see if he can continue it here on the Victor.
And he is going to stick with the barrier for the summoner spell, so some extra shielding to stay alive in the LeBlanc matchup. But we are now into the third and potentially final game. NRG Esports in the promo tournament have been 0-5 in games. They got 3-0'd by Cloud9 Challenger. Echofox took the first 2 against them here. NRG hoping to turn it around. They must win 3 straight to stay in the North American LCS. Echofox have 3 chances to win 1 final game to drive the nail into the coffin all the way and send NRG Esports down to the Challenger Series. Echofox hoping to keep onto their spot, and here we go in the third game.
All right, I like it. NRG already showing something a little different here. 5-man invade. They're going to get those deep wards down early rather than going into another blind swap game. They don't have a lot of level 1 pressure. I mean, Braum is definitely very scary level 1, and you don't want to fight him. But I don't think they're going to catch anyone off guard here.
Why is Hard even auto-attacking? Okay, he's fine. He doesn't give away any gold or anything, but chose to auto-attack the Rek'Sai, which only promotes you being risked. KFO flanks around. Kivik, oh, Echofox going for the level 1 team fight. KFO slowed down. GBM doesn't get much damage in. Volley slows too.
Yeah,
and Big can get some gold.
Uh-oh, Kiwi Kid now getting chunked out. He's down to half.
Exhausted. He does have flash, but he flashes away. He's going to get chased down. Summoner Heal gives him movement speed. A slow one to Quas, and Ashe is in range for the slows. Quas might have to flash to stay alive. Volley's down for 10 more seconds. And he flashes away from, I'm not sure if Big's Q would have landed, but Quas flashes to make sure he is safe. And in the long run, Echofox actually earning a bit more gold.
Yeah.
41, actually 31 extra gold on Big.
Also, they're going to have a little bit delayed recalls here as Quas got chunked out heavily. And I actually like the summoner trade here where Exhaust was used early and they got the heal out of OQ. But that's pretty close even trade as far as the bottom lanes go. And the bottom lanes look like they're going to be meeting up. Oh, never mind. They are not looking like they're going to be meeting up. Swap down bottom there for Echofox as Santorin and Quas continue on that double jungling.
Yeah, and Kiwi Kid is not even a part of this. And if they realize that actually OQ is alone here, KFO could stay in the lane and get even more XP. Keep in mind, a top lane is just going to teleport down to that turret, right? So if no one's pressuring him, he gets to absorb even more in this matchup.
It's just so risky, especially as a top laner in
course.
the lane swaps with no vision. Kiwi Kid is going to head through the jungle, but he's a little late. Hard got 2 of the weak side.
I didn't even see Hard. He's going to get all 3.
That is very good news for him, and Hard is going to jump off to a pretty good start here.
He was kicking himself. He's like, wow, all these camps are gone. I missed him entirely. Froggen and GBM trading blows in the mid lane here. But we got to see KFO absorb a fair extra bit, it looked like, and then teleport on down to the bot side of the map. Here we go, pressure onto this turret. And looks like that should be a pretty clean trade in this lane swap game. All 3 games of the series actually have started with a lane swap here. In one of them, NRG matched back up and tried to play the 2-on-2 after the first turret going down. We'll see what the choice ends up being in game 3.
Honestly, that's been good for Echofox, buying more one-on-one alone time for Froggen in the mid lane.
Yeah.
One of those consequences of constant lane swaps, and he has been able to earn advantages. As of this lane right now, G-Man is going for those aggressive trades on LeBlanc, you know, to try and both push the wave and chunk Froggen out, but Froggen's been giving just as good as he's been getting with the lasers through LeBlanc as well as the minion wave, and holds it in a very nice position right in front of his turret. Even with Rek'Sai now on NRG and GBM going to be the one getting all the early blue buffs, Froggen's holding it in a very nice spot right now. Doesn't feel too bad about the situation. See if this Elise gank mid actually turns into anything, because Hard has the option, but look at how GBM's positioning.
GBM just used W. Flash Cocoon, and it's going to be flashed away by GBM, but nice patience. Hard said, okay, distortion's been used, let's go.
Also, they zoned him off this minion wave now. That minion wave is going to be a few... Oh, they didn't quite get into turret yet, as the junglers are going to meet up. We'll see how well GBM can see us under the turret, though, because Froggen can push up with the wave and try and deny minions, just like Hard is trying to deny jungle camps right now. They've got pressure because they won that 2 versus 2 exchange.
Yeah, Santorin is out of his own jungle, so Echo Fox actually off to a very good start. Oki wants to sneak in onto KFO, who taunts away, and didn't even use the dodge zone, actually. Saved the energy, but loses 100 health or so. Oki says, this is my farm. You get away from this.
Yeah, I mean, scares him off the cannon in time. That's what really matters there.
I feel like KFO could have actually won that fight by just making him fight the minion aggro, but it's, of course, a big risk. He had no backup nearby, and Kiwikid could have been around.
Yeah, again, there's so many risks in the early lane slots without extra vision of ever taking a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like that.
Ooh. Nice chunk of damage. Thunderlord's triggered, and GBM's starting to get some good damage onto Froggen, who's now out of potions. Neither has made their first recall just yet. Of course, GBM's flash is down. But so far, he is unafraid of a repeat gank right now. Froggen missing a couple CS in a turret. This one he should get. And now Santorin's behind him. But keep in mind, there is a barrier and flash up for Froggen.
Also, there's an Elise. Hard is up there waiting for the counter gank right now. They are very accustomed to this. It's happened so many times.
Yeah.
Where teams have pushed up and tried to 3-man dive Froggen under that turret. That it's a good. They have the defense prepped. Nobody goes for it though, so no action.
Yeah.
The side lane turrets will be traded eventually.
Yep. And the coordination on that is simply Froggen saying, hey, mid lane's pushing into me and Brahms MIA. I need you to be here. I need you to back me up. This could be a dive. Just lose 20 seconds. Sit around, make sure it's not anything too bad. Yep. And the expected value of that, of course, generally a positive situation. Just gank insurance. And now bot lane outer will go down. Quas headbutts it a few times and then shrinks down, and down it goes. Boop.
So low gold given to both top laners. The big difference is all the last hits that KFO was able to get. Whereas most of the last hits, on the other side were given over to OQ. So OQ's got that little lead over Keith. Whereas KFO actually...
KFO's up 500.
A substantial amount of gold over Quas. And especially in the Shen-Nar matchup, like, Nar's picked into Shen so often to try and get an advantage there. It's not going to happen for Quas again, and it hasn't been happening. See if OQ actually...
OQ's got a big minion wave. He finds KFO. Taunt comes across, but now his sword's nowhere nearby to get the dodge zone in.
Oh, Brahms moving in. Is he going to continue with the chase? Kiwikid can nail this.
The shield is on. He's not going to go for the chase. There was no turret to run to, but not enough vision to keep pushing in. Nothing going to happen here. Hard Splash going to come back up in about a minute. GBM's a bit longer, so there will be a mismatched cooldown for about 45 seconds if Hard wants to make the repeat gank with his flash in the mid lane.
Yeah, look at all of this shadowing that Hard is doing around mid lane. Those prepping for counter ganks. He needs to do a little bit more of the ward control, both of those junglers, hovering around, trading their weak side quadrants, which is pretty standard in the lane swaps after the double swap back. And both teams are actually opting into trying to have the AD carry and support shoved into the turret with the support of the jungler. So it's going to be a triple turret trade as this is extending past the normal outer turret trades. And it should end up being even though Echo Fox have this extra time advantage, which might result in Echo Fox's third consecutive first Drake. Since they're on the bottom side, they can pull off of the bottom right now and go get an Ocean. Super good in the early game.
Yep. You can see KFO actually not zoned out to the degree that Quas was. You can see level 5 on this Shen, able to absorb the wave. Yes, the turret went down.
Yeah, it's actually NRG trying to make up for that little timing advantage that Echo Fox had. But even with them pulling off and not shoving all the way into the turret, they're not going to be able to get down to Drake in time, and Echo Fox should still be able to get it, plus get a freeze on top side.
Yeah.
Perfect for Shen, who already had a lead on Gnar. Now he's going to have a freeze up there. They've got Victor for wave clear. They have Ash for wave clear on the other side. Echo Fox come out of this miles ahead.
When you get to freeze and still take the objective, you know you have won both sides of the map at
Freezing
that
with
point.
the Shen, too. He
Sure.
can teleport
Now
in
he's
with the
6.
ultimate and then use Summoner Teleport back to the lane and keep the freeze after
Oh my
making a
gosh.
play.
Call him Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's Mr. Freeze in this game right now. Okay, Fo gonna feel good about this one. Quas has to overextend to get any farm up here.
All right, let's see if the exchange for the Rift Herald actually occurs, because Echo Fox can try and get down there. Like, if they really wanted to, they could have people heading over there, dropping wards. Just dropping wards on Rift Herald actually makes people second guess, taking it a lot. Ash is headed over, maybe the Hawk Shot comes in. I think they're a little late on it, and KFO didn't really want to, so good thing for NRG there that they're able to trade back objectives and get it. Snares onto Keith, but
Santorin is the one given the buff, actually. Quas wasn't anywhere around. It does deny that off of KFO. Of course, Echo Fox had taken it the first 2 games.
yeah, I think maybe with a little more effort put in on trying to stop that objective, they might have been able to put enough wards down and make NRG second guess themselves enough, because Rift Herald takes a while to take, but they just decided to farm up there. Shen now with 15 CS lead over Quas on Gnar, and he's got the level advantage. He's building straight into Sunfire again, so he should be just fine in that 1 versus 1 and ready to stand united.
All right, we'll see if it comes in. He's going to walk down to that bot lane. Hard on the wings. GBM's flash is up. The repeat gank did not happen. Froggen dodged away from the chain.
Yeah, you can see you just stay in the range minions, trying to fight with those, as well as using
Hard's
them
on a
to
ward.
body block for the chains. Dodges out and makes it hard for GBM to complete his contribution there. Ash is also level 6, so a cross map arrow is an option, but it looks like they're just trading another turret. 4
Froggen really
turret
wants it.
trade.
Okay, Gravity Field doesn't do too much, but all of NRG, all of Echo Fox had revealed themselves near that mid lane. NRG knows they outnumber on the bot side. They're going to get a lot of damage in this
It's
turret.
gonna be the 4 turret trade.
Yeah.
The question is, with the extra step here for Echo Fox, the
They're
huge
still
wave,
faster.
who will be able to get inhibitor turret pressure? Because whoever forces the other team to recall here loses out on quite a significant amount of their inhibitor turret health.
I would actually recall
Game
Fire
of
Froggen right
chicken.
now and control bot lane. He's not going to do it. It is going to be the game of chicken. And actually, it's Echo Fox recalling off. They're going to give up this turret.
They're giving inhibitor turret for outer mid turret, actually. Interesting choice here. Will they continue? Because the inner...
Because they were in fog, I thought they recalled. They could have taken inhib. Now they see what's happened.
The mid turret is actually worth quite a lot because of the extra vision advantage that it gives, and overextending in a split push that deep, even though so much importance is always given to the inhibitor turret, they actually aren't worth a lot. Actually, Keith here has a lot of people behind him. Oku's invisible.
Uh-oh, big risk. Echo Fox might have slipped up on this one. Asher comes across, doesn't find too much to do. Now NRG actually running away from the Chaos Storm. A stun on a Kiwi get level 4 Braum. He's going to get taken out. First blood goes to Echo Fox's jungler hard. And GBM actually running away from this one. The chase is still on, and Quas will be the second casualty. Echo Fox turned the death, or what was a catch, into a stand united and 2 kills.
I mean, who's the one offsides here when both
Yeah.
people have AD carries on the opposite side of the map? NRG definitely caught off guard by the swap of Echo Fox to go for the mid turret and take that. They try and cut off the AD carry here, flanking around, but Stand United is there. Everybody from Echo Fox focus fires. Quas is mini Gnar, so there's no front line for NRG. Santorin gets chunked out. Kiwi Kid's still low level support, and NRG just get run off as they are the ones who are scattered. GBM wasn't with the team. He couldn't get in there with LeBlanc, and Echo Fox, they stand united, everybody together, and they just fend off the out of position members of NRG, chunking them down, eventually earning the priority on the mid space here and just chasing down NRG for the extra kills. Another early lead for Echo Fox. If this goes the same way as the last 2 games, they've been slowly increasing
In
those.
25 minutes, Echo Fox wins the game with a score of 8-12, or 8-2, or whatever the score ends up being. And KFO gets to freeze inside his base.
Remember, I talked about how dangerous it is to split push that far up this early in the game. And Gnar is actually really squishy right now, going for the Black Cleaver first this time around rather than going full tank. There's no way anyone gets inside to break that freeze. There's no turret there to break the freeze either. And it's a Shen. He doesn't have Stand United right now, but he can teleport over, and there is a lot of wave clear for Echo Fox. So NRG are in a very tough situation with no neutrals for another minute before the Infernal spawns here.
Okay, well, we'll see if NRG can make the play happen. GBM wants to battle Frog and jumps right back onto him, gets the chain, the ignite, the flash, and the barrier keep Frog alive. And oh no, Santorin bit off more than he could chew. 3-0 Echo Fox.
They have been waiting in counter ganks around Froggen for the full game, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it finally pays off. They're there for the... Oh, Quas!
Oh no, NRG do not need to be there. Quas, good block by Kiwi Kid to keep his teammate alive, but it's going from bad to worse. Now NRG actually losing harder and harder as these games go on.
Definitely a rough spot for them now. Echo Fox have a lot of options. They've got the Ash arrows to try making plays of their own. They also have had a pretty big advantage in the counter ganks. Here comes that Infernal that we prepped as well with the recent kills. It's up to Echo Fox to move in here, and it's their objective to start. NRG need to make a Fog of War play with LeBlanc and Twitch. At this point, they need to start catching people off guard.
We'll see if they can do it. Quas right now is trying to push in the bot lane. It finally broke the freeze, but that scoreline is 43-90. Yes, of course, there's dozens of minions left to kill. This score will equalize somewhat, but it is still...
2-level advantage on the top lane.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens as wave gets cleared out. And it's a little unfair. He'll hit level 8. He won't match KFO, but he'll get closer.
Yeah, but there's a timer even on clearing out that wave. The Infernal Drake is up. Echo Fox know they have the advantage, and they're going to start forcing.
Stand United available, so they can cast it when they need to here. Standing around this Drake, and looks like we've got a quick pause for ourselves, and we'll get back to it in a little bit here. We'll tell you what's up when we hear about what it actually is, but we are 15 minutes into this one, and a great start right now for Echo Fox. Their total lead right now, 3,000 gold. They're up that first Drake, an Ocean Drake early game, which is great for them, of course.
1,000 of that gold is on the top laner, purely on the Shen, who is building into that pure tank, has the ultimate available, and pushing a side lane with Dragon up right now. So this is the perfect situation for Echo Fox. They can allow that top lane to push, gain pressure there, force NRG's hand. And it's really difficult as NRG when you're the team without the pressure, without the item lead, and you're forced into a position where the enemy is already set up around the Drake. That's a hard team fight to win, even if it's even standards. But if you also don't have vision, it makes it even more risky.
The issue we're hearing is audio for Kiwi Kid. Feels like every other week this happens to him, so I'm not sure what's all going down there, but it will be resolved soon enough with NRG here. If we get the game cause, and we get the causes figured out. Looking at levels overall, because I'm curious, you've got ultis for everyone from Echo Fox, even Biggest hit level 6 already. Kiwi Kid's still level 5, though. He's, of course, given away a lot of experience, being that he was a support in a lane swap game, but still no Glacial Fissure. 15 minutes in on Braum. At a certain point, like, gaining experience has to be an actual goal of a support player, especially when you're an ult-dependent one like Braum, where you get so much more powerful at 6. And you mentioned this Infernal Drake has spawned. Well, guess what? No Braum ulti for this potentially impending Drake fight.
Yeah, especially as melee supports when you kind of have to jump in a little bit.
You need the tank stats.
He's going to die.
Yeah, each level is actually worth increasingly more stats than the previous one. There's actually a soft linear scaling to the stats gained per level. It scales up linearly more and more for each level gained. And yeah, Kiwi Kid doesn't have a ton. Looks like everyone typed R in all chat, so the game will be going back in just a second. And we are ready to get ourselves into this one. Yeah, we'll get that on screen in a second because these teams are squaring off in front of this. And Kiwi Kid pushed around a little bit.
Every time that Unbreakable is used, there's a window of opportunity for Echo Fox, and NRG have to be very careful. Keith is waiting around, wants to use that Ash arrow. Right now he's standing on a ward, though, so that's good for NRG. Would help them dodge it. GBM going in for a trade. And GBM right now, actually, a lot of flat penetration with the rush to the Abyssal and his Sork shoes. Able to get a good chunk. They're chasing down KFO. They're giving up the Drake.
A nice knock up on the KFO. Yeah, they're going to go for the kill instead. OQ and Kiwi Kid both here. The exhaust is on. The dodge zone buys some time, but KFO will certainly die for this one. Yes, Infernal Drake goes down, and I think, honestly, NRG made the best choice of a bad situation. They even got the kill onto OQ. I think best possible world was what NRG just did there.
Yeah, because they'll probably lose that team fight. They're going into it under-leveled and out-itemed. So instead of taking it, try and get the kill on the split pusher. At least they were able to acquire that.
Yeah.
And that'll fund OQ's Hurricane build, or Hurricane
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Right, yeah. First Kickstarter goal being met, has a dagger. Yomu's already done as well.
Good guy KFO contributing.
Yeah.
What a good friend.
Uh-huh. He'll get a special sticker at the end of it. Oh, Kiba gets stunned up, is level 6. Puts the Unbreakable on, pops the ulti in, dodged away by all of Echo Fox. Really nothing gained of that one, but it did actually force out the Stand United from Shen, so
yeah, they can use
several
it to push,
traded. Looks like damage in the mid. Santorin getting caught up. Goodbye to the Rek'Sai. Hard. Getting his second kill this one. KFO forced to flash to stay alive, but good to stay up in that one.
GBM's out of mana now, so it becomes increasingly difficult for NRG to help defend, and that's going to be the last outer. Echo Fox have taken every turret outside of the inhibitor turrets for NRG.
4,000 up. Ooh, good flash by OQ. And he gets away from it. Hard looking for a second cocoon flash, forcing the same summoner out of his targets. The gravity well pulls Quas back in.
My goodness.
And that third augment just got them the kill onto NRG's top laner. Echo Fox looking to push in faster than they ever have this series. 17.5 in mid inhibitor turret down to half health.
NRG are struggling right now, and they have to make a 5-man group up, catch somebody off guard. It just has to be that train. Go as 5, get a pick. Because Echo Fox are not breaking up, and they're just fending off every straggler. Here they go! They got win as 5!
Big play! They're gonna find Keith, and he's gonna... No! He's not gonna burn down! The shield, the exhaust, Big keeps him alive just barely. Burning his summoners for the save. Kibika getting away from the stun cocoon, nearly landed from Hard.
Quas actually doesn't have teleport. He's got to walk up on Gnar. This is not 5. This is 4 of NRG, and they're a little bit corralled.
Ash Arrow is up. There's a chance they can come in on this one. Echo Fox trying to run away, hoping to get some reinforcements. KFO wanted to join this fight as well. The battle has begun. Kibika putting a lot of damage in it, and ooh, OQ getting a pick up on a Hard. Arrow's gonna land. But Twitch is invisible now, and they... Oh, no, he pops out of invisibility at the end, but not enough damage dealt there by Frog. And actually, he had ulti. Might have actually been able to get that kill. But now it's the GVM. Wanting to be a little tricky here.
He's got no mana. Yeah, he's got to be really careful. Froggen's not messing around here. Goes with the chase.
Gets the passive off him, gets a haste up, and not going to be enough with the laser. GBM will survive it. Gets a lot of summoners out of Froggen for that play.
NRG were able to get 1 kill out of the counterplay there. They grouped up, they tried to chase someone down, and after all said and done, you know, teleport coming in as well, they did catch Hard. They were able to mostly navigate around the gravity field. OQ actually securing that one as well. It's good that these single kills, even though they're only single kills that NRG are grabbing, are going over to OQ, are going over to that Twitch that has the potential to carry a team fight if they keep him up, if he's able to fire.
Yeah, the arrow into laser combo from Keith and Froggen actually made OQ burn Summoner Heal, which popped him out of the stealth, but he needed to cast that or he would have died to the E. The Death Ray would have picked him off. Right now, though, 4,000 gold is the deficit NRG have to pay through. They're down an Ocean Drake and an Infernal. Cloud Drake spawns in 2 minutes, and looks like NRG's going to reset real quick. They're going to get the red buff over to OQ. Individually, OQ is 900 gold away from Hurricane. He's got a while to go. Yeah. It'll take him several minutes.
Echo Fox controlling vision around Baron. They know that they can just move into the dragon area later, so you don't have to spend your wards there. You know, people always just say, oh yeah, controlling vision, just buy more wards. It's not actually, oh, ooh. Never mind.
Kiwi.
Ward economy talk later.
Yep. As they're fighting for this quick sweeper used, and the vision is gone. Blue Trinket gonna get killed off as well pretty easily. OQ gonna stealth for the movement speed to join that left-hand side of the map and get more of this farm.
They need to funnel it all into him.
Yep, they need his Hurricane.
Everybody else just needs to be a body in front of him.
He's only got 400 gold to go now as he clears his wave out. So, you know, 2 minutes and he's there, assuming he gets optimal farm.
Quas, though, on the Gnar. You talked about as the game goes on, the levels actually stats you get. Oh, there's the knock.
They stunned up. Quasi's gonna get CC'd for days. The hop does nothing. Wyvern and hop, and the grab is gonna get you. And the pickoff comes in. Nicely done, Froggen. Finding another one with the Chaos Storm.
Again, a member of NRG being a little bit greedy with the flash, not trying to use an ability to get out of the layered CCs rather than the flash, and they just go for another pick.
Looking for it, gets the slow. Laser comes across, hits only one tick onto one person. The Froggen moves fast. He's got the augment for his Q to give him movement speed. He's got Big on his team to make him haste up as well. And Froggen can actually be a partial initiator here if Keith doesn't land an arrow. Echo Fox up 5,000, able to reset Cloud Drake in 6 seconds. And it looks like NRG don't have the map control to force this. So Echo Fox will get to reset safely and come back down. Keith actually delaying his recall a lot. That actually is going to lose him a lot of time, and it will allow NRG to be there first.
Yeah, they're heading over to it. They're starting it. Can they burn it down? I mean, there's no Ash or Karma, so I think they get away with this one.
Ooh, all right, yeah, mid lane not controlled well enough by Echo Fox, and a nice sneak in by NRG. Well played by them grabbing up that Cloud Drake. That was a tight timing for them.
All right, here's the... So Gravity Field's been down there. If you play long enough, you get a feeling for the timing.
Yeah.
It's about to go off, and
1.5 seconds.
Decided not to flash immediately. In the end, did die for it.
Yeah. But Cloud Drake picked up by NRG off the backside of that one, so well played. NRG moving over, and Echo Fox did not reset fast enough or go for the risky play. So 5,000 gold the difference. And now a scattering of different Drakes here on both sides. Keith farming up close to his own Hurricane, but that item is actually done now for Oki. We finally got the recall off. He is now the mid-game spiked Twitch. It is about him in these battles. Yeah. How good a backline access does Echo Fox have?
I mean, the problem is the frontliner on Echo Fox is Shen with the Spirit's Refuge and can buy some time. You know, while it's not the Braum wall, it does have the dodge zone. And it's difficult for Twitch to really maneuver around frontliners. Just has to like shoot through them.
Right. And you do reduce damage when that happens. Sunfire Cape into Thornmail and Ninja Tabby. KFO knows who the big threat is, and it's OQ on Twitch, and he's built for it. Level 11 though. Rank 2 of Rat-a-tat-tat.
Echo Fox, you have to commend them. They're doing a good job. They know that the only way NRG really get back into this game are from picks. From GBM on this flat penetration LeBlanc, and from maybe OQ's their stealth on Twitch. So they're staying by their pink wards. They're staying grouped up in their 4-man squad while Shen split pushes. They're not letting NRG have an opening. They're not spreading out. They're not letting stragglers, you know, offer options for NRG to get back in it. And this is also, honestly, we talked about the calm play, the more conservative play of Echo Fox. While before we were criticizing them for not creating options, they're slowly applying pressure here rather than just sitting and, you know, farming at their turrets. They're staying safe while holding that true sight vision over the Baron. KFO, though, is getting knocked up, and here comes that invisible Twitch to finish him off.
A lot of armor, Quas doing battle, and now OQ is here, and it's going to be the retreat for KFO. He is very low on health and nearly out of energy.
Buying time for Baron. He just needs to live and buy time right now.
He's buying a ton of time. Credit cards maxed out. He's just away from this one. Quas hoping to get the chase down. No Frozen Mallet done for him. Another dodge gets him away from all the rest of this, and now he's going to be able to stand united. KFO's going to live, actually, and that's just a Baron picked up, beautifully played. Escape Santorin nearly gets the smite, but it's not going to happen. Has to flash away. KFO, Summoner heal, shield. He's going to live through the entire process. A Baron picked up for really no losses. Well played, Echo Fox, looking good in what could be the final match they have to play. Kiwi Kid wants in. Summoner teleport is up for KFO. He's going to rejoin the fight, and Kiwi getting slowed down. The re-engage hard's going to find the cocoon. They're going to get the damage across, and that's the support dead. 7-2 with the Baron buff.
That's a desperation play there from NRG. They knew that they only had a split second before the Baron up. 5-on-5 team comes running down mid lane. They went for it, but immediately countered there by the KFO teleport, and that's going to be Echo Fox rocking into the base, and they can almost touch it. That LCS spot.
It's almost complete for them. A horrible, depressing split for them. 1-17, the only match win they had was Phoenix One without their full roster.
Look at that coordination on the recall, though.
No, it was nice.
It solidified them, Freak. All of that hard work that they had to put in, all of the adversity that they had to work through this entire split.
I mean, they were honestly probably not supposed to make it back in if you look at the odds there. They went all 5 games against Liquid Academy, the second place challenger team. They got 3-0'd by Phoenix One. They got 4-0'd by NRG during the regular split.
KFO, though, he bought enough time to take down the Baron, gets his Stand United off in the brush, and
and he gets away, and the rest of NRG is bamboozled. Just, where'd he go? The ninja disappeared.
I think they knew where he went.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well,
unhappy about it, though.
Definitely.
Rats.
Darn. Dad Gummit. Never heard that one before? I've used that.
Gummit?
Dad Gummit.
All right. Dad Freak.
Sure. Maybe one day. We'll see. Either way, not the topic of this game. It's a 7,000 goal lead for EchoFox. 2-0 in this series. We'll see if 2017 LCS will be kinder to them if they can close it out here. NRG would have to not only make a comeback in this game, but then win 2 more to deny that.
Odds are definitely stacked against them right now.
Yes.
And EchoFox just trying to keep up the same pace they've ended the previous games with. Have KFO split push in a very safe manner now that he doesn't have flash. And wait for the rest of the team to move those minions up to the next inhibitor turret. They have Baron buff. They have super minions coming down mid. They have Stand United.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is the ulti is back up to make the play. Quas does not have his own teleport, so he's stuck in the bot lane with everyone else. EchoFox gonna be okay. They're gonna wait. Ooh! Keep losing half his health bar, though. You can see there's plenty of damage output available in Santorin. Rushing a Banshee's Veil, quite durable against Froggen's.
Froggen should let Keith lifesteal off this minion wave.
They are.
They're serious. They're not clearing it out with anything else. They let Keith just fully heal off of that minion wave and wait for Shen to split push.
So even if the Vamp Scepter weren't enough, they've got the path of regen for everybody else, and this slow siege game is working. The ingredients are there for it to be successful for EchoFox. He's going to quickly take the detour and grab the second Infernal Drake. Makes a lot of sense, of course. You've got a lot of ability power actually on Hard, who's got the early Proto Belt and maybe the makings of a Ryle's next up. So ability power on this release for sure. Yep. Victor loves Infernal Drake. So much ability power in that champion.
Plus blue buff.
Yep, he's set up for success. Certainly max CDR for sure. And they've got a stun and an OQ that chases into. They have enough damage. He's trying to run away. Stealths and Yomos, and OQ will live. He crucially cast heal before the stealth completed. Or it would have popped him out, I'm pretty sure.
But he was down there almost by himself, pushing that wave. He burns 2 summoners for what? A couple hundred gold that doesn't let him complete any new items. And now he's got to return to this game-deciding team fight with no feel and no flash. And he's the one all of NRG's hopes are resting on.
He has 100% of their kills. A little bit of poke on the Heart, gets away from the second half of the chain. The inhibitor turret getting lower. Keith taking some damage, but doesn't get hit by the chain either himself. More damage into Santorin. Once again, the engage. And here comes the flash in. They need to pick up Keith. It's Star to the back line. He's going to get the stun to the wall. Shen Stand United buying way too much time, and the engage does not turn into any kills. It's EchoFox instead, picking off one more. A rampage for Froggen, their mid laner, on the Victor to get them the victory in this match, to get the 3-0, to clean sweep NRG out of the LCS. And the second inhibitor has now fallen. The minion wave only really left. Standing in front of them, a nice top flash hits up 2. They're gonna get the kill. GBM is gone in this game, and he might not spawn again the entire rest of the year, as it's now time for the Nexus turrets themselves. Santorin being attacked, his final death of the split as well. The arrow on Quas, there's only 1 man left alive, and as soon as he joined the LCS, as soon as he is gone, it's now the Nexus. It's the 3-0 for EchoFox to hold on to their spot in 2017. Then we bid farewell to NRG Esports in the LCS.
Sigh of relief from Keith.
The outstretched arms, the relief, and it's curious to know that they will be here in the next year. NRG Esports will be demoted down to the Challenger split, Challenger Series, I should say. Of course, they can always fight their way back in. Many teams have done so before. But hugs all around. EchoFox with a well-played moment of truth, essentially. A 1-17 regular split, a 5-game series against Liquid Academy, a 3-0 thrashing by Phoenix One, but then turning it right back around, and they have knocked down NRG Esports. Hugs from their side as well. Of course, does not feel good to end the split in 9th place and then 0-6 run in the promotion tournament.
Yeah. Able to commiserate here between both teams as each team so scared of being in that situation. And Echo Fox know that while they avoided relegation, their compatriots will have to suffer through.
And it means we will have new blood in the North American LCS as well, of course. Just yesterday, Cloud9 Challenger took down this squad and essentially took their spot in the LCS. High saying that he would retire, but the rest of that squad basically saying they want to keep playing, they want to go back in there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Ball definitely wants to come back. Lemonation wants to play again. We will get our first look at contracts. Very excited for him.
Preemptive rookie of the split, who knows?
Speaking of junglers, honestly, Hard played this series so much better than his previous series. A lot of people are looking at him to step up, and he